Good day, creative friends. I hope this video finds you well. So in this video, I treated myself to a very long doodling session. This morning I had a conversation with my friend Gigi, and she suggested that because I wasn't sure what to do, and she suggested florals in a vase and bold and bright colors. And for some reason, the bold and bright colors was not happening for me today. So I did a combo of neutrals with a pop of red, and I really, really liked the way it turned out. So as far as the painting process is concerned, it was very loose. I just dropped a bit of clear water onto the paper randomly, and then I added color to these blobs of water, and I just let the paint do its job, like, finding its place. And then what I did is I added a big section of this Payne's gray color. It's not black I'm using, it's Payne's gray, and I just did like one swoop downwards for the vase, and that was it. So the painting part is really nothing that needs further explanation. Of course, I'm going to let that dry completely, and then I'll be adding the doodles over that. I'm really liking these dots, these random dots that appeared while I was composing the vase. I'm not sure how that happened, but the paint sort of resisted whatever was on paper. I don't know, maybe I dropped something onto the paper, but I just let that be. And I like the fact that the vase is not complete at the bottom. And I also added quite a bit of gold into the blobs of paint. So now that everything is dry, I'm going to start doodling. I forgot to hit the record button for the first part. So you saw there's a clump of flowers that are already been doodled. And for the doodles, I played with different colors this time around, so I didn't do just black or just white. I used this Copic marker, which is warm gray. The color is very light, so I had to go over the lines that I was creating with this pen a few times, but I liked the way it looked on that Titan buff color, so I made the best of it. But it was quite difficult. But again, this was a long doodling session, but all of it was so fun that I just went for it. And I also added some leaves, made sure to go off the shapes to just give it some more interest, I guess. I didn't want to just stay within the shapes. I didn't want to confine the doodles inside the shapes or inside the paint. I made sure that I added some on the white of the paper. I do want to talk about the doodling process a bit, because this one was approached very differently than what I usually do. There was nothing really strategic about which pattern was going where, and do I have a balance in the way the patterns are repeated. I started with this mindset, and then I quickly abandoned it because I realized that sometimes the way the paint has dried, it doesn't make sense to approach it in a structured way. First of all, the painting is very loose, so already I feel that I was able to allow myself to be very random with the doodles, with the patterns. It didn't need to be repeated 3 times, 5 times. It didn't need to follow the visual triangle, all these rules that I usually have when I create a painting, kind of like went out the window. And I mean, when I look at the painting, I still see balance in it. So all this to say that sometimes it's really good to let go of rules or restrictions. It's not always necessary. I do like the randomness of the patterns in this piece. I think it fits the colors. I think it fits the underpainting. And it probably fits what I felt at the time that I did it. I've been experimenting this week with trying to be a little bit less rigid with my workflow. I have always strived to try and take a few days off. And lately it's been, trying to find a way to have my weekends free or for personal stuff and not work. And I thought I had come up with a proper schedule, blocking out hours for work and, getting up at such a time. And that didn't last too long. And it's not the first time that I go through this process. And I realized this week that I have allowed myself to steal a few hours from my workday and very randomly decided to go either out for a walk when normally I would be at my desk working, sit outside of my balcony and read, or even like just to be, or watch what's going on outside, and even falling asleep on the balcony. And I realized that this is very energizing, as opposed to try and stick to a regimen, and maybe that regimen is not in flow with your body. So I'm learning how to be a little bit more relaxed, and I guess it reflected itself in this painting. I guess it's true what they say, that whatever you're creating reflects your inner feelings. I have felt it when I did this painting. I just want to mention that this part right here, that flower with the little leaves and the dots, is probably my favorite part of the whole painting. I just love the way it looks. It reminds me of banana bunches and what's that fruit? It's kind of like almost like transparent inside with lychee. So it reminds me of banana bunches and lychee, those lychee fruits. It's a combination. It's a hybrid. I created a hybrid fruit, but it's a flower. Oh boy. Interestingly enough, the part that I struggled the most is how to decorate the vase. I wanted something simple. I didn't want to add too much to it because I felt that the piece needed something like a big block of colors without doodles in it. And so I settled for these 3 lines, and then at some point on the left I ended up with a blob of gold, but it was fine. I'm not mad about it. The only thing that I did that I wish I hadn't is what I'm doing right now. I'm not sure where I was going with this. I probably thought that I should add a gold border, but I don't know. I didn't quite know how to achieve it. And so I started spreading the gold and I didn't like it. And in the end, I'm going to try and remove it a little bit, but it's not going to go away completely, and it's absolutely fine with me. So I'm just spreading it, and then I'm going to use the tissue just to try and remove some of it, but I think it looks good. And also the painting is finished. So that's the end of the video. Don't forget to check out the description for the list of supplies and also for all the links to my social media. And if you manage to indulge in a long doodle session and you want to share your artwork with me, you can tag me on Instagram at Créations CeeCee. You'll find the link in the description as well. I want to thank you all so very much for watching, and a special thank you to my awesome patrons for supporting my art financially on Patreon. And on that note, please stay safe and healthy, keep creating, and I will see you soon.